Twinjima Seoshumba. I am a student at Southern New Hampshire University in the Bachelor's of Arts program. So, and I am conducting this interview as a part of my academic work. With your consent, I will record this interview and use the information in the contribute to the society project. I am working on the government and you project, so the interview will be used to create the government and you project so that my deliverables can be submitted to College for America so that my work and project can be evaluated. So this recording will be used, for this purpose. The interview information will be temporarily stored in the College for America in the online evaluation system to which only evaluators and College for America staffs has access to. Do you have any question?
No.
Do you give me a consent to be interviewed and recorded?
Yeah, okay, so I Christopher give my informed consent to participate in this interview to be recorded and used as part of the student academic work.
Yeah. Thank you, Coach Safari, for your consent. So during this interview, you're going to pass through different questions and you try your best to answer these questions according to your prior knowledge. Thank you so much. What are the three branches of the government?
Yeah, the three branches of the government. I remember the legislative, executive, I don't know the one.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much for your answer. So what does each branch do?
Okay, so beginning with executive, I remember that the staff or I can say that the president are in charge of just enforcing the rules to the government.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your answer. So we're moving to the third question. So the Democrats and the Republicans are the two major parties.
Yeah.
So what is the third party?
I remember that the third party is all about Green Party, I remember.
Thank you so much for the answer. So we're moving to the very last question, which is what is the basic process by which a bill becomes a law? Hi.
Hi.
My name is Daniel Sevashumba. I'm a student in the Bachelor's of Arts program with the College for America at Southern New Hampshire University. And I'm conducting this interview as a part of my academic work. With your consent, I will record this interview and use the information and contribute to the society. I'm working for the government and you project. The interview will be used to create the deliverable and be submitting to College for America. Be submitted to the College for America so that my project will be evaluated. This recording will be solely used for this purpose. The interview information will be temporarily stored in the College for America online evaluation system to which only the evaluator and College for America will have access. Do you have any question?
No.
Do you give your consent to be interviewed and recorded?
Yes, I, Vedas Mugisha, give my informed consent to participate in this interview to be recorded and used as part of students' academic work.
Thank you very much. Here you go. So we're going to start by we're having 4 questions.
Yeah.
Actually, the questions are related to the U.S. government, and you'll be answering the question according to your understandings, to your knowledge about the government, the U.S. government. So by the first question, what are the 3 branches of the U.S. government?
So the 3 branches of U.S. government, the first one is judiciary, the second one is military, and the third one is, I don't know.
Okay, I think it's fine. By the second question, what does each branch do? Fine. By this third question, asking Democrats and Republicans are the major parties. Can you name the third party?
The third party is Green Party.
Thank you very much. By the very last question, What is the basic process by which a bill became a law?
I don't know. I know that's a long process, but I don't know those steps of the processing.
Thank you very much, Vedaste, for your time. It was
Thank you.
very great.
Thank you.
Welcome. Hello, my name is Daniel Twiningirimana Sebashumba, a student at Southern New Hampshire University. So, in this video, I'll be describing four different questions that I've been asking different people in mock interviews. So, where I've been meeting with individuals in the street and asking them to conduct interviews about the US government and asking about different branches or other part of the governance of the US. So here is the proper correction of answers regarding to those questions. So starting to the three branches of the US government, we have legislative, executive, and judicial. So with the legislative, this is the branch that is supposed and responsible for making laws. Whereas with executive, this is responsible of carrying out those laws and of course informing those laws. So in this part of executive, it includes the president and the vice president as well as the cabinet. Whereas in the judicial, this judicial branch is composed by the Supreme Court and other federal courts. So this is there in the purpose of interpreting those laws to the citizens and making sure that they are holding citizens accountable as well as government bodies. So moving to the second question, in the US you have two major parties, the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. So also we do have a third party, which is the Green Party. So of the Democratic Republican Party, this was originated in the 1792 throughout the 98. So if this Republican Party, which is the first opposition in the political party of the US, this was organized in the 1792, as I said, and this Republican Party holds members that have power as nationally between 1,000 and 800, and also they had 1,825 members at the time. So this was a direct antecedent of the present Democratic Party. So during the 19th century, Democratic Party this was supported or tolerated slavery, and it opposes civil rights reforms after the American Civil War. So it means in the cornerstones or the cardinal pillars of this Democratic Party, it will refer to the citizens as a party that has in its responsibility to free slaves at the time, and of course informing laws that can hold people who own slaves accountable. So during this time, of course, after this civil war, there was so much drama around the country, where this party helped to organize and develop laws that can finish the slavery era in the United States. The United States of America. So in this process by which those citizens were able to see themselves in this party of the Democratic Party, because most of the individuals at the time were against slavery. So that's why this Democratic Party produce so much attention to the population of the United States in terms of making sure that they are working for people, and so that the power can be to the people instead of staying in the authorities like the president or other officials in the country. So moving to the other question, where it was asking the process by which the bill became a law. So actually, it comes into different steps for a bill to become a law. So by the first step, to appear the creation of a bill. So with this creation of a bill, the House of Senate draft and sponsor and introduce the bills for the consideration, so that the Congress can put that bill into considerations. In the second step, the committee, this is the committee action. So this is usually a committee which sign to study a bill according to its subject matter. So this committee addressed the bill to a subcommittee, which may request also reports from the government agencies and hold hearings so experts and interested parties have an opportunity to offer testimony regarding the issue in the bill. So this is to be revised or report to the registration to the full committee for its consideration before heading forward to the floor action. So with the floor action, this bill is returned to the full House of Senate for further debate and approval. With the fourth steps, with this fourth step is where these House come together and vote for the bill. So the House and Senate members vote on their respective versions of the proposed bill, which means both the House of Representatives and the Senate, they both produce bills and present them so that they can vote on the bill on this fourth step. On the fifth step, this is where the conference of committees is held, so that a bill must be approved by both chambers of the Congress. And finally, on the step 6, the presidential action. This is where the bill is passed by both the chambers, and it is sent to the president for the approval, which means the president is the final person. The final and point person for whom it may concern, and make sure that it is signed for the bill to start taking over in the government. And with this, after approving after putting his signature to the bill, this is granted and created as a public law after the signature of the president. So thank you so much. This is the end of the video. I've tried to describe different steps by which a bill become a law, and also describe different backgrounds around Democratic and Republican parties, and also mention the third party, as the question was asking, what is the third party? And also I've tried to explain and detail about the 3 branches of the government. So thank you so much for your attention.